guys, this is Miss Crosby, and this is my latest project. I am making the Twilight Princess Link shield from The Legend of Zelda, from the Twilight Princess particular part of the series. My son absolutely loves Zelda, so this is going to be one of his Christmas gifts. And if you'll humor me, I'll walk you through the process that I've gone through so far. First thing I did was I got online and found the shield that I wanted to duplicate, and then I both printed it out and I traced it using an overhead projector, and unfortunately I've misplaced that projection template that I had made, but I was able to cut it out of the wood before I misplaced it. I think it might have blown out of my pocket when we were outside cutting out the 1/2-inch plywood. But anyways, I was able to print out a couple of examples and look at them and duplicate the design pretty accurately, I think. There's several different shields though, and this is the one I decided on because this is one of the more popular ones, and I thought he would really like this one the best. I just discussed it with his older brother, and he's like, yeah, Ma, he'll like that one. So this is the one I'm working on, and I'm working on the bird design right now, and I've done the border in like a silver paint. I've got a printout here. It's not in color because I don't have a color printer at home, but you can see the dimensions. It's 20 inches from top to bottom and 13.5 inches from side to side. I wanted it to be big enough to where it would be like the actual, realistic for him, because he's like 13 size shield. He likes to run around and sword fight with his brother in the yard and stuff. My husband suggested that I not let him do that with this shield because I'm taking so much time making it and everything. But, boys being boys, I don't know that I'll be able to keep him from it, to be honest. So, anyways, I just wanted to walk you guys through it, and I'll probably do a couple more little video shoots. Right now I'm using a acrylic paint to do the design, and for the actual background, the primer color that I used on the 1/2-inch plywood is actually a Kilt's. It's a gray tinged primer, which I thought would suit really well for the silver background. And I'm going to go over for the border, that is. For the background area here, the plane, if you will, the field of the shield, be the technical term of it. For the field of the shield is going to be like a nice royal blue I have over there. And I'm doing this beautiful Christmas red for the bird, as it is in the actual story and in the game. And I'm probably going to have to do a couple of coats of each, because acrylic tends to be a little more transparent than oils, which is what I'm normally accustomed to working with. I would show you my studio right now, but it is a bit of a mess because I've been working on things left and right. I'm also working on some goose eggs that I'm painting for my best friend, which means I probably will not be able to put any of this stuff online until after I have given my gifts this week. So I'll probably compile it all this week and then upload it at some point. Maybe I'll just keep it in the private setting until after I've given the gifts away. So I did the dragon first, and then I'm doing the shield simultaneously while I'm doing the goose eggs. And the goose eggs I'm going to do as Christmas ornaments. I'm thinking I'm going to give one to my mom and probably one to my best friend. They both like blue. I'm painting them this metallic blue. They'll be really nice when they get finished. Let me see. I'll show you. This is, I haven't done the design on it yet, but this is what it's looking like so far. It's like a jeweled blue. It's just a goose egg that I've blown out the insides of. Actually used the middle for cornbread today, and it was delicious. So I'm working on 3 of those, trying to get them looking really nice. I've put like 3 or 4 coats of paint on them so far. That jewel color blue, metallic blue. It's really pretty. And I thought I'd put some lace or some, you know, kind of design or something like that on it. My mom's more of a lacy type person. My best friend's a little bit of a tomboy. She's more like my sister. And she is not into the lace and stuff like that so much, so I'm not really sure how exactly I'm going to decorate hers just yet, because she's not a frou-frou girly like me. My mom, on the other hand, she would probably like the jewels and the lace or doilies or something like that applied to hers. Whereas my best friend would be more, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to put on hers yet. I'm still thinking about it. That's why I haven't gotten past the it's blue stage, because I know that's her favorite color. I'm still trying to decide what else to put on there. Also thought about doing one for my goddaughter. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet or not, because she has a new baby, and I don't know if that would be the safest thing to make with a new baby. She's not at the crawling stage yet, mine, but it'll be a while before she's able to put out anything breakable, if you know what I mean. Because, like, just this year, I got to where I could put out my, you know, Precious Moments figurines and things like that. And I've had them boxed up for the past 10 years while my kids matured. And I worked through life and finally got a place where I could actually put things like that out, instead of my house being a playground for small children, which it still is to some extent, but, you know, I digress. We do what we can. I have a room or 2 where the kids don't, you know, play football in the house, that kind of thing. But, okay, this is coming along pretty nicely, as you can see. I'm probably going to have to swap out to a detail brush here in a minute once I get the basic color laid in, so I can get those little fine details. I like to lay in the color with a flat brush if I can, like this one. And once I've got the bulk of the color put in, if I need to, I go back in with a fine brush and I do the detail work. Acrylic's not my first choice, as I said before. It's not what I learned with. My first exposure, really, to painting as a child was probably with acrylics, you know, the paint by numbers and stuff. But it wasn't teaching me about layering, and which a paint by numbers really can't do that. But by the time I made it to high school, I had figured out that paint by numbers was not the ticket. I mean, it's fun to do over Christmas vacation as a kid or whatever, but when you're a little bit older and you're learning how to mix your colors and you're learning about color theory and stuff like that, it gets more interesting when you're actually layering your colors and stuff. Now, I did a black mixed in with my red here, and I've just put it inside of a medicine bottle cap so that I could get it over here without dribbling it everywhere. And then I'm going over that darker red with this brighter. That's going to make it pop a little more and give it some depth. And when I finish with this, I'll probably take a Sharpie or something like that and outline it. I haven't decided yet. I do that sometimes. I've added some value up here with my pencil into those little gray areas, as you can see. And I kind of just shaded them in, which is something that I do when I'm drawing anyway. But I may or may not paint over that. I haven't decided yet. I could paint over it with this silver the same as I did on the border, and it will kind of show through, which was what I was thinking initially. But if I wanted to mix the silver with another color, I could do that also. The only problem is the silver is more like a craft paint. It's just what I happen to have. And I have every intention of going over the whole shield with a clear coat of acrylic gloss when I'm finished, just to make it a little more durable, because, you know, boys and stuff. And I've got an old leather belt of my husband's that I was thinking I would probably cut and rivet, kind of poor man's rivet. My husband was talking with me earlier about how to do it. He said we should take a nail and put it through and leave it a little bit out so we can pound it down out at the anvil. He's got an anvil set up. He's an aspiring blacksmith. So he was talking with me about different ways we could secure the belt on there. I don't really relish the idea of putting nails through my freshly painted shield though. So I'm not sure if that's the way I want to go. Of course, it might make it look more realistic if you get that kind of thing going on, because these type shields would have, you know, the equivalent of rivets or something like that a blacksmith would apply to hold the straps on and such. Okay, now this is, I'm not even sure what kind of brush this is. This little flat brush. Put it in my hand if you'll bear with me for just a moment. This is one of my detail brushes. I can actually get down here into the little cracks and crevices. Oh dear, I just saw my time. I'll just paint all night with you guys if you let me. We're at almost 12 minutes, so I'm going to stop this, and I may give you an update later once I'm all finished, okay? Bye, guys.